Norway. Before thunderbolts of war terrified all civilization, a natural wonderland in a travelcade of world wonders, at old Bergen opens her scenic treasure chest. There, a world-famous fishery hints of conquest and exploration in the Vikings' glorious saga of the sea. Old Bergen nestles beside a deep fjord at the foot of 7 rocky hills. The odd shop signs, a little baker with his cake, and the furrier's stuffed polar bear are as old as the hills and quaint as an ancient cobblestone street way out at the edge of the town. Love of beauty smiles through Bergen's parks, where golden-hearted Madonna lilies abound in a botanical display in which blue, red, pink, and purple glorify an eye-filling picture that presents a veritable fairyland of flowers in rich and orderly profusion. Beyond a bower of blossoms rises the grand architecture of the government-fostered National Theatre, which some of the greatest world artists have graced with their genius. The Geographical Institute, reminder of how the Norsemen have made geography. A deep rock-sheltered fjord provides protection for the tiny sardine flourishing by the millions in the cool deep waters of Bergen Bay, where fishermen operate an industry that helps to feed the entire world. Sturdy boats with rugged captains are employed in this remarkable fishery. Great nets gather the fish from blue waters in an abundant harvest, a job for sinewy arms and strong backs, for there are always thousands of silvery sardines in every haul. Because large fish and monsters of the deep which feed upon small fish are hindered from navigating the rock-bound fjords, the small herring and the bristling, commonly called sardines, have found here a subsea world all their own in which they yearly are spawned by the millions. Norway's annual fish output has a value of $23 million. Of this, sardine exports total $8 million, with 70 factories preparing them for shipment. Care is taken that a box full of every catch is set aside for government inspection. The inspector is thoroughly experienced, and when he is finished, the haul is unloaded to be prepared for canning. In the cannery, the fish are hung up to dry so that they may better absorb protective oils. Then the product is canned and packed for shipment to all nations. The Fjords glacier, at the top of the world, sends melting streams foaming down deep ravines to the valleys below. In the foothills of these snow-white heights are tents of the Laplanders who dwell above the Arctic Circle in the glow of the midnight sun. The North women and men alike provide for their needs with busy home industries. Here the year rolls around with 6 months of day and 6 months of night. Day corresponds to summer, and night to winter when it is terribly cold. A North Pole snookums in a baby carriage that never changes its style and never fails in solid comfort. Faithful dogs practically are members of the Arctic household. Where life is hard, as it is in Lapland, home life is real love life, and the Lap women mother their young with unselfish devotion. The Laps are nomads and take their dogs and reindeer herds with them as they rove about. A nifty bit of rope work to provide his daily milk. The Lap selects a lady reindeer of productive generosity and persuades the dear cow to come home to Mama. It's all grade A, and milking time is dinner time for the whole family. More grade A, and dinner time is milking time any old time at all for this family. Oslo, capital of Norway, beautiful tragic city of modern history. A metropolis of 300,000 persons, symbol of the rise of a great people to the heights of civilization. Progressive Norway gave prime consideration to the dignity of labor and instituted housing projects for workmen that are lasting monuments of modern construction as well as solid tributes to the social wisdom of the nation. A radiant flower market. Oslo is probably the most colorful city in the world. For nearly half the year, daylight lingers here until 10 p.m., and summer scents the air with perfume from millions of growing greens and blossoms, while the Oslo flower market is alive with a riot of color. Here, dainty blooms spread out petals of jewel-like azure, blue, gold, pink, and purple, of lily white and rose red. A veritable deluge of tones and hues, matchless art of the Creator, surpassing the finest art of man. Looking across Students' Park with a palace in the background. Modern trolley cars make a new Oslo of old Oslo. Civic beauty on every hand points to a metropolis of royal elegance, a city of kings. Frogner Park, splashed with the manifold colors of landscaped art and with a peaceful promenade dappled with sunlight through a lane of age-old trees. A recreation center for a city that in itself is a recreation land. The Oslo Yacht Club, equipped with every modern luxury. Water has had a powerful fascination for the Norsemen ever since the mighty Vikings with galley oars rowed the uncharted seas in adventure and conquest to spread over Western Europe. The Yacht Club and the surrounding craft, including the jaunty ferry boat that makes frequent trips to nearby ports, are a reminder that the people of this land toiled for centuries to make Norway one of the most progressive as well as one of the most lovable nations on earth. With vast shipping encircling the globe and with elegant cities of beauty and culture, Norway advanced to the sublime heights of civilization, to a magnificent land of peace and plenty, flourishing under the gorgeous smile of the midnight sun.